Everybody ready? Okay, folks, the time is approximately 6 p.m. April 9th, 2026. Farragut Board, Mayor, and Alderman meeting will now begin. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and online. I want to thank you for your presence at tonight's Board and Mayor and Alderman meeting. My name is Ronnie Williams, the fourth elected mayor of town of Farragut. We appreciate it. Each of you has taken your time out of your busy schedule to attend or review tonight's meeting, see how our town government works. All Farragut Board, Mayor, and Alderman meetings are public notice per Tennessee state law. All board meetings minutes are taken and are available. Each meeting will be recorded and can be viewed at a later date on YouTube. If you're in attendance, you should be able to pick up a copy of tonight's agenda at the door when you came in. If you were not able to attend tonight and are viewing from home, then the agenda is available online at our website. For those in attendance that would like to speak, please pick up a blue card at the door, write in your name and the agenda number that you wish to comment on. There will also be time reserved at the end of the meeting for citizens' comments on the agenda subjects, which are also requires you fill out a blue card with citizen comments at the time you wish to speak, and please, guests, bring it to the town recorder. Have to check on that for tonight. On each agenda item, the mayor will ask the town recorder for the residents' input. During this time, any Farragut resident wishing to speak to the board on that specific agenda item may do so for up to 3 minutes. After being recognized by the mayor, please go to the podium microphone in order to be heard and viewed by all. To conduct efficient business-like meetings, the town has adopted rules for how its meetings will be conducted. Primarily, these rules are designed to keep the meeting moving, assure that all points of view are heard and considered, and to provide common courtesy to everyone. We ask that you observe the established meeting rules when addressing the board. And they are, at the beginning of your presentation, please state your name and address for the record. We ask that you address all of your questions to the mayor or in his absence, the vice mayor to my right. Do not direct questions to aldermen or staff members. If necessary, the mayor may call on alderman or staff member concerning your question or comments. Once you've given your input, please return to your seat so we can continue the meeting. We ask that every speaker avoid the use of improper language, profanity, or other inappropriate conduct, and address issues, not individuals or personalities. Speakers should strive to avoid redundancy and should have their own original viewpoints. We ask that you also stay on topic of that particular agenda item. Okay, meeting call to order. We don't have any scouts, so we will start tonight's meeting with a roll call by our town recorder for a quorum.
Vice Mayor Meyer?
Here.
Alderman Burnett?
Here.
Alderman Kane?
Here.
Alderman LaCroix?
Here.
Mayor Williams?
Mayor Williams, yes. We do have a quorum. Thank you. Now please join me by standing for silent prayer in honor of our veterans, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance to our country's flag, led tonight by Alderman LaCroix. Okay, thank you, Joe. Is there any agenda amendments?
No, sir.
None? Okay, if none, I'll ask for a motion.
Second.
Okay, we have that by Alderman Burnett and seconded by Alderman LaCroix. If in favor of approval, please say yes.
Yes.
Any noes? Let the record show April 9, 2026. Agenda has been approved as posted. On the minutes, is there any amendments to the minutes, workshop minutes, I mean?
No, sir.
If none, I'll ask for a motion through.
Second.
Okay, again, Alderman Burnett and Alderman LaCroix. If in favor of approval, please say yes.
Yes.
Any noes? Let the record show workshop minutes have been approved as posted. Next, is there any amendments to the meeting minutes?
No, sir.
If none, I'll ask for a motion to approve the March 26, 2026 meeting minutes.
Move to approve. Second.
Okay, and Vice Mayor, And Alderman Kane. Okay, if in favor of approval, please say yes. Yes. Any noes? Let the record show the meeting minutes have been approved as posted. Okay, next, Mayor's report. I want to start off by thanking Mark Shipley for his extra effort with Arbor Day, the Arbor Day event, and this year's tree distribution. That was a busy Saturday morning. I also want to thank our staff that went over and above in helping the new Publix make their opening days a great success. And as past Mayor McGill always said, sales tax is king in Farragut. One more thing that I'm going to ask the board to consider, and that is to ask the town administrator to contact MTAS to provide an analysis of the current duties and responsibilities of the Knox County Sheriff's Department, and primarily throughout Tennessee, particularly as it relates to cities within the county that has no additional law enforcement. That's number one. I'd also like to ask MTAS to research what authority cities have to reach agreements with their county sheriff for enhanced law enforcement coverage. And I'll turn that over to Alderman Burnett, for his comment on that matter.
Let's do it.
Okay. Then Alderman Kane.
I think it would help give us a lot of guidance moving forward.
Okay. Alderman McCoy.
Our residents have been pretty vocal about the need of having sheriff's coverage, patrols in our community for some time now. And I think getting this moving is a great idea.
Okay, Vice Mayor.
I agree. It's a fantastic idea.
Okay, see here, does our attorney have any comment on that?
I think it would, we've done a little research on this, but I think it would be helpful for MTAS to weigh in. They've probably answered the question any number of times over the years, because I'm sure it comes up frequently.
Well, it has, and it's come up frequently here in town to the point to where we no longer have a precinct in our town, and we're the only end of town that don't have one. The other three do, so my concern is what can they do to help us? And David, have you got anything you want to bring up?
No, sir, we'll be happy to contact MTAS, though, about the questions you just asked, and the board is wanting us to consider going forward, and we'll try to get an answer for you as soon as we can.
Okay, I think we all agreed on that, so we'll move on to Alderman Burnett. Do you have anything?
Didn't have anything, but just what you had already mentioned about Publix. It was great being there for the opening. I think it was my first 6:30 a.m. ribbon cutting. But I was like, well, at least nobody will be there. I'll come in my coffee and be just jet straight to work. And there's probably 100 people out there. I mean, it was crazy. So there's a cult following, and I'm really glad we've got it on that west side of town.
Alderman Kane?
So I had some family come into town this weekend, and they came in off the freeway on Friday evening, and they, of course, it was pretty busy, so they came across from Lenore City, and they really enjoyed seeing the our new illuminated street signs on our traffic lights at the intersections. And they even made, first thing they said when they got to the house, that was the comment they made. So I think driving around, they look great. And I'm glad we're moving forward with that. I'm looking forward to the wayfinding.
Yeah, great. Okay, Alderman Corey.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have two items to discuss tonight. The first item, due to the success of my office hours and occasionally running later than the allotted time, I'll be moving my meetings to the community center. Town hall closes at 5 p.m., and I've been asking staff to stay late to accommodate my meetings. Community center is open later in the evening, so beginning June 10th, I'll be in the medium conference room at the community center between the hours of 5 and 6 p.m. I think that changes as well, David, from 4:30 to 5:30.
I think we can still accommodate 4:30 if you want to.
Okay, the only question is if I'm going to be able to make it from here to there because of meetings, so. Every run over of our meetings there, unlike we did here, we still have coverage. Secondly, during my open office hours, that's an attempt, my attempt to bring transparency to our residents, and I think that's going well. I was approached in early January by a few South Ward residents who requested that the town get more involved or to get more information out on different social media platforms. I've also, and I'm sure we all have received several emails over the past few months discussing this as well. I believe the Board of Mayor and Alderman should begin workshops on developing a formal communications plan to include input from residents and town staff. I have an outline of what I think I would like to see, and I'll give you some of the goals there. You know, some of my goals that I'm looking for is to continue to build trust through transparency, be the primary source of factual town-related information, encourage residents to verify with the town before sharing, reduce the spread and impact of inaccurate information, and to respond quickly to false narratives. So I'd like to ask the board to take action on this tonight and to ask staff to begin the process of a communications plan and to schedule a workshop or workshops, as it may be, as time allows.
Sir, that's a big ask, you know, as far as staff's concerned, so we'll have to work on that with David, okay?
Well, Mr. Mayor, I'm not asking for it today because I know we're in the middle of of the budget season, but I would like to get the board's approval to ask staff to move forward on this. So that's what I'm asking for. I'm asking for the board to take action and ask and direct staff to begin the process of implementing or researching and implementing a communications plan.
Okay, sounds good. Okay,
Pass.
pass, okay.
You're looking at me, you're gonna say.
That was easy. Okay, I agree, Joe, that's all good. I think your events have been well received. I've been to one myself and to just listen with no comment, but anyway, I think they have been well received. So we'll be posting that as a posted event change. David, that's how we'll be.
Regarding Alderman LaCroix's office
Yeah,
hours?
yes.
We will. We've already posted it on the Sunshine Board. We'll put it on the website and make sure it's changed there too. But obviously that won't make that adjustment until June.
Okay.
Like Joe just mentioned.
Okay, great.
And one last thing, just David, do you need a vote or guidance from the board to get moving on the communication plan?
Well, certainly it's helpful. You know, this is one of those items that's not necessarily on our work program. So if it's something that the board wants us to work on, and it will take some considerable staff time to do that, then I'll just need some direction from the board to say, yes, let's go ahead and start that process going.
Okay, I agree myself.
I agree.
Looks like everybody's in agreement there, so.
Joe, my only thing is, can we get a copy of that outline you're talking about?
Absolutely.
Okay. I think, I agree with what you want to do. I'd like to move forward with it. I think if we all saw the outline.
So the problem with my outline, it was stream of consciousness type of thing, and I just started going down, and I talked to Mr. Smoke about it, and he kind of cautioned me that I am overstepping the role of, say, an elected official and going into the realm of operations. I might have been stepping on his toes a little bit, so I'm sorry. David?
I'm used to my toes being stepped on. It's more about the details. There's a lot of details, and obviously I think those are important. Obviously, the policy details are what we need from the board, some direction from the board when it comes to those things. And I think Joe's got a great outline. It's just a matter of getting that refined, and that'll take time to work through that.
Okay, I would say let's move forward, and then pending questions with the outline, but yeah, let's move forward with it.
Oh, and just so we know, just for everybody's information, this is not an agenda item, and there was no deliberation and there's no votes taken. It's just a yes or no, okay?
Yeah, just as a follow-up, I'll get with Alderman LaCroix and start working with him on the outline and working with that, with our communication staff. And then we'll try to get a workshop proposed here soon.
Okay, has that got everybody? Okay, we're good, okay. Then we'll move on to ordinances. We do have one ordinance for public hearing and review on the first reading tonight. That'll be ordinance 26-07, approval of first reading, ordinance 2607, which is an ordinance of the town of Farragut, Tennessee, amending the fiscal year 2025-2026 capital investment program fund budget, passed by ordinance 25-10.
Hello, I'm Tessa Cortez, Finance Director. The town received invoices in fiscal year 25 and 26 for design costs for the Campbell Station Inn renovation project, in which the budget for design needs to be rolled forward to the fiscal year 25-26 budget. The funds will be moved from capital investment program reserves to capital investment program expenditures. The capital investment program budget will be amended to increase expenditures from $25,884.92 to $25,018,709.92, reflecting an increase in $17,825. The proposed motion is to approve the ordinance 26-07 on first reading.
Okay, it'll be the Vice Mayor and Alderman Kane. Okay, do we have any resident comments, David?
No, sir.
We do not? Okay. Then we'll move on to our discussion, and we'll start off with Alderman Burnett.
No questions.
Alderman Kane.
No questions.
Okay, Alderman LaCroix.
No questions.
Vice Mayor.
Pass.
Okay, I have none as well. It's pretty straight up. Okay, discussion closed. I'll ask for a roll call vote, please.
Vice Mayor Meyer,
Yes.
Alderman Burnett,
Yes.
Alderman Kane,
Yes.
Alderman LaCroix,
Yes.
Mayor Williams.
Mayor Williams, yes. Okay, let the record show ordinance 2607 has been approved on the first reading by a roll call vote, April 9th, 2026, approximately 6:18 p.m.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tessa. Okay, resolutions. Looks like we have one very important resolution to review and consider for approval tonight, and that would be Resolution 2607, which is approval of Resolution 2607, is appointment of town recorder.
Mayor, the town recorder position was vacated on March the 10th of this past year, and we opened that position up for applications. We sought to get the most qualified applicants for the job and went through the process and are appointing Haley Russell as our town recorder. Haley has a lot of experience in municipal government, has spent a lot of time across the river from us in the town of Louisville. And so we feel very confident in her abilities to be our town recorder. So I'd like to read Resolution R-26-07, appointment of the town recorder, into the record. Whereas the town of Farragut recognizes the importance of maintaining accurate records of official proceedings, ordinances, resolutions, and other municipal documents, and whereas the position of town recorder is essential to ensuring transparency, accountability, and the orderly administration of town affairs, and whereas pursuant to Farragut Municipal Code, Article 3, Division 3, Section 2-99, the town recorder shall be appointed by a majority vote of the Board of Mayor and Aldermen, and whereas after an extensive search process, Haley Russell possesses the qualifications and experience as outlined in the Farragut Municipal Code to fulfill the responsibilities of town recorder. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Mayor and Aldermen of the town of Farragut that Haley Russell is hereby appointed to the position of town recorder effective April 20th, 2026. The town recorder shall perform all the duties and responsibilities as prescribed by law and by the ordinances and policies of the town of Farragut. This resolution is duly adopted by the Board of Mayor and Aldermen of the town of Farragut on this 9th day of April, 2026.
Okay, thank you, David. So you're ready to turn it back over again? Okay. I'll need a motion.
Move to approve.
Okay. Vice Mayor, Alderman Kane. Okay, any resident comments on this one?
No, sir, and Ms. Russell is here tonight. I think you all had a chance to meet her earlier, but she is here.
Okay. Okay, discussion. We'll start off Alderman Burnett. No questions. Alderman Kane.
No questions.
Alderman LaCroy.
Are you sure you want to give this up, David?
100%, yes, I'm very happy to give this role up. I have enough on my plate. I think Haley will be a great addition to the town.
Okay, thank you. Vice Mayor?
Pass.
I have nothing as well. Okay, I'll ask the interim town recorder for roll call vote, please.
Vice Mayor Meyer.
Yes.
Alderman Burnett.
Yes.
Alderman Kane.
Yes.
Alderman LaCroy.
Yes.
Mayor Williams.
Mayor Williams, yes. Let the record show that Resolution R 2607 has been approved by a 5-0 roll call vote, April 9th, 2026, at approximately 6:21 p.m.
Congratulations, Haley, and welcome to the town.
Yes. Okay, next will be our business items, and we have 4 of those to consider for approval tonight. Approval of contract with CDM Smith, Inc., construction engineering and inspection services for the Union Road improvements. And Darrell, you're up.
Good evening. This is a proposal from CDM Smith for construction engineering and inspection services, that's CEI services, for our Union Road project. We are hoping to go to construction on that later this summer, and we want a CEI consultant with us when we do. The proposal has a fee of $953,136. That's a fairly hefty fee, but keep in mind that this project is 80% federal funded with a 20% local match. Jeff Mize and Joe Hilliard are with us this evening from CDM Smith if you have any questions for them. Staff recommends approval.
Okay. We have anybody signed up to speak on this?
No, sir.
We do not? Okay. Then I will ask for a start discussion with Alderman Burnett.
No questions.
Alderman Kane.
No questions.
Alderman LaCroy.
And I don't know if you mentioned, Darrell, this is a requirement from TDOT that we have this CEI program.
It isn't an all-out requirement. It is a very heavily worded suggestion that if you don't have the staff to properly manage the paperwork, you better get a consultant.
Right on. Thank you.
Believe me, they asked for a lot of paperwork.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. Vice Mayor.
Pass.
I have nothing as well. Well, with discussion closed, I'll ask if in favor, please vote by saying yes.
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 Opposed? Okay, let the record show the contract has been approved with CDM Smith as requested. Okay, next will be approval of contract with Butler Appraisal Services, LLC, for appraisal review services for Virtue Road, Boyd Station Road project.
Yes, this is a proposal from Butler Appraisal Group for appraisal review services on our Virtue and Boyd Station Road project. We are hoping to get started on the right-of-way acquisition phase for this project very shortly. And one of the chief tasks is appraisal reviews. Butler Appraisal Group has done this work for us several times in the past. We've always been happy with their work. Their proposal has a not-to-exceed fee of $51,450, and staff recommends approval.
Okay, thank you, Darrell. I'll need a motion on that.
Move to approve.
Okay. We had Alderman Burnett and Alderman LaCroy. Okay, we have any residents' comments
No, sir.
on this one? We do not. Then discussion, Alderman Burnett. Alderman Kane.
No questions.
Okay, Vice Mayor?
Pass.
Okay. Darrell, I do have a question about what's the timing on this? What do they project the timing to be?
I haven't seen an official projection, but I would say probably in the neighborhood of a year and a half to 2.5 years.
Okay, when, after this is approved, assuming it's approved, then when would they start? We need to let the residents know what's going on.
Okay, we will have to bring another contract to you for the negotiations and appraisals. Those two can be done with a subcontract. I'm hoping to get that early next week. We have made a selection on right-of-way agents, but if I get it on Monday, we may be able to bring it to the board at the next board meeting. Once that is in place, they'll go ahead and start right away. I mean, they still have, they have to get their books in order, their brochure together for the appraisals. Appraisals will happen, then the appraisal reviews take place, and then offers are made, negotiations.
Okay, can we make sure that this gets put on the website so folks are aware of what's going on?
Yes, we're happy to update whatever we can on the project. Darrell, the right-of-way plans are complete. That's why we're moving to this next phase, correct?
That's correct.
Right, so now we're ready for the
Okay.
acquisition process, but obviously the offers won't happen anytime soon. That's gonna take some time.
That's
for
going
the
to take a little
appraisals to
while,
happen.
correct.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Can I ask a quick question before
Well,
Or I
yeah.
can wait till the end?
No,
mean, Is that gonna be when do you anticipate someone from us or them contacting a resident? Because definitely 1,000% don't want anybody contacting them except us and not somebody talking about appraisal. Like that, this is where I think we get into some backlash and trouble.
Right.
Right? They hear from it by somebody saying, hey, we're thinking about, we'd like to offer you this for this part of your property. What? Like, that needs to come from us, if not me or Southside Joe.
Normally, it comes from the buyers, from the negotiators. It's just a letter that goes out to each of the property owners to let them know the process.
Yeah, I don't think that's good. This could be my personal opinion. I do not like it. I think we gotta change that.
I think we can get an earlier letter out.
Yeah, can we get notified, we being the board, especially in this area, this is Drew and myself, this is our area, can we get notified that letters are getting prepared or ready to go out where we can start, getting that information out in the public saying, hey, listen, we've got appraisals coming, this is, in terminology that is actually correct for what we're going to be doing. So I could make stuff up all day long, but it should probably have some type of notification for us to tell our constituents that something's coming. No surprises.
Sure.
Drew likes surprises, I don't.
Well, for sure, I think we, for absolutely minimum, need to be in the email chain, okay? That's,
Yeah, something.
yeah.
Darrell, when the plans were developed that are now going to be used to determine what property is needed, when were those plans approved by the planning commission or?
They were approved by the planning commission. We've also had a separate public hearing on the project. If you remember, we did that last summer.
So everybody that's going to be affected by this project, adjacent landowners, would have had the opportunity and would they have known about
Yeah, we had a
that?
good turnout for the public hearing.
Okay,
They would not have known. They would have had they would have had the opportunity to know if they went to a website. And heard an announcement and were able to come. I just think when we talk about, buying, acquiring, that we need to be there. And especially this is a long project. But there's not that many homes. I mean,
Right,
this should-
there are only 23 tracks on.
Right,
on this.
so that should be pretty easy to accomplish, to make sure they know there's no surprise to any of them.
Yeah, I concur. I concur. I think the big takeaway is no surprises. When folks are, surprised at the end. Yeah, and you've had meetings, it's been in front of the MPC. I just had a conversation yesterday talking about, that's not enough. Okay, well, what else can we do? In this case, it's 23 properties. That's something that we could reach out and touch on. So, I mean, if it's a letter or something.
Alderman, I think it's certainly easy for us to do more communication with that group out there. I just want to make sure that the expectations that you're looking for are what you're asking us. So I just need to get with you and talk through that process and make sure you're comfortable with it before we spend a lot of time doing something that's not what you want us to do. So we can absolutely get with the board and talk more about that. But the good part is we have time to work on that, because this is going to take some time to go do those appraisals.
Yeah, David, please get with each one of us individually on this, and let's see what the expectations are and what the, particularly what these two aldermen feel is what we need to do going forward, because we definitely do not want any misconception on this. This is a big project, and it is an 80-20, if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
And just like Union Road, so it does require that we do due diligence with our residents, like what we did on Union Road. I mean, we did exactly that with them, so I'd like to continue that as we go forward. Okay, do we have any residents signed up for that one? Do not. And discussion, Alderman Burnett, anything else?
No, Mayor, thanks.
Okay, Alderman Kane,
No questions, sir.
Alderman LaCroy, anything else from you?
No, sir.
Vice Mayor? I have nothing as well. I think we covered it pretty well. Discussion closed. I'll ask if in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Any noes? Let the record show contract has been approved as requested. Thank you, Darrell.
Thank you much.
That's got you. Next will be approval of the Forget Me Not 5 and 10K event on April 18th, 2026, starting and finishing at Village Green Shopping Center. It will involve streets within the Village Green subdivision.
Good evening, I'm Mark Shipley. I'll present this item. This involves a 5 and 10K run for the Forget Me Not organization, which benefits Alzheimer's research. The event will be on April 18th. They'll set up at 6 a.m. At the Planet Fitness part of Village Green Shopping Center, and then the run will occur, and they'll have the breakdown at 10:30. This is being presented to the board because it involves several streets in the Village Green subdivision. So it does require your approval for that. They anticipate to have about 350 participants and roughly 100 spectators. There will be 2 police officers and volunteers that will help with traffic control and course management. The event committee did review this on Monday, and we do recommend approval of this event. And the motion is to approve the special event application for the Forget Me Not 5 and 10K on April 18th.
So you've got the Vice Mayor, Alderman Kane. Do we have any resident comments on this one? Okay, Alderman Burnett,
No questions.
Alderman Kane,
No questions.
Alderman McCory,
No questions.
Vice Mayor.
Pass.
I do have one. On this particular event, what's the time span typically? We've had it numerous times, but
Well, like I said, they'll set up at 6 a.m. and they'll take down at 10. Depends on how fast the runner or walker is. For me, it would take a while to do these now as I'm getting older. But that's the general time frame that they're going to be using the Village Green Shopping Center and the streets. The streets in Village Green will be less than that, obviously. The start time would probably be at 8, and they'll be out of there probably by, 10 to 11, something
Just
like
out of curiosity, what's the time span, or I guess if Mr. Andrews is, or Andrew Deggs is here, he'd probably be able to tell us, but what's the time span as far as the police? Do we know?
I don't know that.
Okay. I know typically they're a 4-hour minimum, and I don't know if that's, just to make sure, I'd hate for them to leave and it still be going on, so. So you don't know, okay.
I can follow up with him on that.
Yeah, if you don't mind, we just want to make sure that we don't have an issue there. Okay, see, discussion closed. I'll ask if in favor, please say so by saying yes. Yes. Any noes? Okay, let the record show that the event has been approved as requested. Thank you, Mark. Okay, next we'll have, I guess, citizen comments. One more item? Oh. Yep. Let me flip over to that one. Oh, yeah. Sorry. It's on my other sheet. Okay, approval of Second Amendment to this response agreement to fire, emergency, and environmental hazardous materials between Rural Metro Fire Department Incorporated and Town of Farragut.
Yes, the original agreement between the town and Rural Metro was executed in February of 2022. There was a couple of minor things that happened at Rural Metro, then they had to amend it a couple of times in 2024. The response agreement is valid through February 2027. Separately, the town and Rural Metro had a separate staffing contract whereby Rural Metro provided the town with a state-certified fire inspector that would serve as the town's fire code official. And that person reviewed plans and conducted inspections as a Rural Metro contract employee. But that agreement ended on March 16th of this year. And the town has subsequently hired our own fire code official to review construction plans and conduct inspections. So this staffing change is what has led to this second amendment to our agreement with Rural Metro. It also helps to specify the authorities and responsibilities for both the town of Farragut and Rural Metro as they are regulated in the Tennessee Code. So this is a document that the town attorney has reviewed, and the final product reflects his comments. This has already been signed by Rural Metro. So the staff and the motion is to recommend approval of the Second Amendment to the response agreement for fire, emergency, and environmental hazardous materials response between the town of Farragut and Rural Metro.
Move to approve. Second.
Okay, Vice Mayor, Alderman Kane. Okay, do we have any residents sign up for this one? We do not. Then I'll start off with Alderman Burnett, as far as discussion comments.
Yep, no questions.
Alderman Kane,
No questions.
Alderman Croy,
None.
Vice Mayor.
Pass.
I have none as well. I've met the new guy, and he's very well qualified and very agreeable, very nice guy. So I think our folks that he gets to meet and converse with will like him quite well. With discussion closed, I ask in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Any noes? Let the record show he has been approved as requested. Thank you again, Mark. Now, citizens forum. Anyone signed up?
Not tonight.
Wow, it's a first in a long time. In that case, I will ask if any of the other aldermen have anything else to add while we're sitting here. If not, then I will say we are adjourned.